Race number 2. Yeah, it is a good race, this one. Imperialado, I thought it went quite well on debut. Silver Arrow was a fair run last time. The next few have all trotted along reasonably well, 3, 4 and 5. Daring Eduardo wasn't too far behind the place getters at his first start. You go right down to the likes of Carry On Winning, which has trialled okay. It's not a bad field, this restricted maiden race number 2.
Imperialado, he had a hit out on Tuesday morning down track 7, and there he is. He's just behind his stable companion there, but he picks him up close to the wire. He's a nice horse, Imperialado. He's by Versailles China Visit. The thing that concerns me, Craig, is the fact that he is bred in India. Therefore, at the handicaps, he's got to give all of the other horses 4.5 kilos start, and I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Dana Singer's Baby is a newcomer. This guy's had half a dozen trials at least. That's him on the inside. Plenty of trials over the 400 and the 1000, and he seems to go okay. And he picks it up nicely in this gallop here. Daring Eduardo, he's a long strider, a big loose type, this fellow. And I think he'll be suited by the long course. Just looking at his action, I think he'll really appreciate stepping out onto the long course A on Saturday afternoon. His recent trials have been good. He's a little like Imperialado. He doesn't like going into the gates, but they have passed their starting stall test. Desbocado, now keep your eye out on this fellow. He's had plenty of trials, and he hasn't really been let off the bit in them as yet, Craig. He's got us guessing a little bit. We're not too sure how good he is, but what we've seen looks okay. Yeah,
well, his trial was back in the early part of August, and he probably wasn't going to win or didn't want to win, but in the end, Zinwan was in the trial, and that's Zinwan out in front. Have a look at Desbocado out wide in the white colours, and Dana Singer's Baby in the pink cap just inside it. They both close in here. At this stage, they probably expected they were going to get beaten by 5 lengths, and they would have been happy with that. But Zinwan switches off totally, and all of a sudden they play a part in the finish.
Well, Nothing wanted to win this trial, and they just wanted to go out and do it on the bit. 62.8 was the time. Desbocado, he ends up getting up on the outside. Just horse closer to the inside was Balestia, who raced well a few weeks after that trial. So that's a little bit of a form line for you. We're looking at No Mercy here. Seems to go okay, this fellow. He's not really asked to do a lot. Again, they didn't run fast time. I'd be surprised if this guy could win from his awkward barrier, No Mercy.
And there's Zoom with the diagonals over on the inside in 5th position.
Needs to do a little bit more, I think, Zoom. So do these two. You'll note that Onyx Bow, whilst he's got a nice pedigree, this fellow, he needs to do more. He was pushed hard here, and he's only been able to stop the clock at 63.3. So clearly that's not good enough. He might need a little bit more time, I think, Onyx Bow.
And Carry On Winning finishes on reasonably well there. He's going to carry saddle cloth number 14. Pushed out Carry On Winning over on the inside, and Prince Goldheart led them into the straight in its trial, and it did a reasonable job without too much urging in the late stages.
Yeah, again, I think they need to run a little bit faster than 63 seconds. The 5% track, you know, unless you're breaking the 62, you're not going to go out there and win. He does it, you know, reasonably well within himself here, Prince Goldheart. But I think of these newcomers, Craig, clearly the best of them appears to be Desbocado. He's the one that if a newcomer was able to win this, it might be him.
Yeah, with his trial, he won that ORT on the 14th of August. He finished about 4th or 5th, but was clearly not asked to do a great deal. And then a very good trial on the 30th of August when he finished 2nd, and again wasn't asked to do a lot.
So 3 trials for Desbocado. Of the raced horses, the 2 at the top have shown ability, Imperialado and Silver Arrow, 3rd at their most recent starts. But the concern with Imperialado is that he's a Northern Hemisphere bred, and he's got 4.5 kilos more than anything else. Silver Arrow, I ended up selecting him. I thought his effort behind the Firebird was good. He jumps awkwardly, this fellow, and he was then pushed along, and then he dropped back and then got going again in the home straight, and he was closing on the Firebird. Barrier 1, Linda Meach. I'd be tending to look at him, Silver Arrow. He's nicely bred by Spinning Whirl. I think him and the other horse that's raced, Daring Eduardo, might be the two of the racehorses to watch.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from weight-wise, but I've just gone with Imperialato. I thought the first up run was good enough. Opie Boston taking over here. Good barrier draw. Desbocado for second. Silver Arrow for third for me. Silver Arrow for Michael.
Yeah, I'm going with Silver Arrow. Tantiana Loon's going Jerem Future.
Shinmin Daily News, Jerome Future, and also Dana Singer's Baby for Liana One Bow. So we missed out on those, Michael. We didn't have those at all.
No.
That's the way it goes. You can't tip them all. We'll take a quick break, come back with more from the Saturday meeting at the Singapore Turf Club in just a moment as we take a look at the championship leaders as we move through the month of September.